Hello everyone, this is Caroline from Instagram, and today I want to talk about Elena Gilbert and why she was not a good person and why she is disliked by many of TVD viewers and fans. Okay, before we start, I'm going to warn you, this video is not Elena friendly, and if you are a fan of her, if you like her, you probably prefer to not watch this. Okay, let's start. I think the most important reason why Elena is disliked this much by the majority of fandom is because she was very selfish and very self-centered. I'm going to give you a few examples of why I think that. Okay, do you remember the double date? It was a date between Elena, her new boyfriend Stefan, her ex Matt, which we all know had feelings for Elena at the time, and Matt's new girlfriend Caroline, who is also Elena's friend. Now, what happened in that date? Elena and Matt spent the time talking about their memories as boyfriend and girlfriend. You don't need me to tell you how disrespectful and insensitive their act was, both towards Stefan and Caroline. Lina claimed that she is making conversation because there is absolutely no other topic on the board besides her beautiful memories with Matt. And you know what is even more interesting is that Elena didn't understand Caroline's um, uneasiness. She didn't understand how uncomfortable Caroline is until Caroline said it loud and clear in her face. I mean, in season 2, Elena claimed that she knows Caroline so well, and she still didn't realize how upset her friend was. Okay, do you remember this scene? Here, Damon is saying that if he has to choose between Elena and Bonnie, he let Bonnie die and saves Elena. Now, imagine yourself in the same situation. A guy is telling you that he let your best friend die and save you over her or him. What do you do? Do you slap him and demand to save your best friend? Do you tell him you never forgive him if he let anything happen to your best friend? Or you shake him until he promises to save your friend? What do you do? A, B, or C? And what did Elena do? That's, that's what Elena did. Okay, to be perfectly honest, she also said goodnight to Damon. But that's not the point here. First of all, Damon didn't make any sacrifice. In that time, he didn't even like Bonnie. Okay? So it wasn't like it was a hard choice for him, choosing between Bonnie and Elena. First of all, that. Second of all, Elena felt the pain of losing Bonnie. You know, in this episode, there was a time she thought Bonnie is dead. She cried and cried for her. Why this is her reaction? Why she didn't demand Damon to save Bonnie? I don't know. Isn't this a reaction as a best friend you should show? I don't know. Isn't this something you should do? You should tell the guy or girl or whatever to save your friend, because you are not going to live without your best friend and with knowing the fact that she or he died for you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this one is very obvious, because before saying this, Elena said that I know it's selfish, and it's very, very selfish. You know, she didn't say I can't choose because I don't know. It was, I want both of you, so I won't choose. I want to have both of you in my life. I cannot lose one of you, so yeah, I'm not gonna choose. Deal with it. Okay, maybe not in this word, but that's what she did for a long time. And you know, Elena's choice was very important to more than just herself. It was very important to Damon and Stefan too. And it was a strain to their brotherly relationship. You know what I'm saying? But well, I want both of you, so I'm not gonna choose. That was Elena's answer. I mean, let's give her credit for knowing that it was very selfish. But well, it was very selfish. Oh, this one. Okay. Uh, I'm not sure if you remember it or not, but in this scene, uh, Stefan knows that Elena is in love with Damon. He is very hurt, very heartbroken, and I mean you can see it in his face how upset he is. And uh, beautiful Queen Rebecca gave Elena a choice. Just say the word and I erase all of your memory from Stefan's mind. And Stefan wanted it. You know, he's a guy who treasured memories. He kept diary, many of them actually. But he wanted this. He wanted to forget Elena and the pain and the heartbreak. He wanted it. But what was Elena's reaction? That. No. I mean, she's the same person who erased Vicky from her brother's mind. She is the same person who erased Damon from her mind. It was okay because it was Vicky, and it was okay because it was Damon. So who cares? But she couldn't just stand and see someone erase her from Stefan's mind. She's too important to be erased. Oh, this is uh, something, I think it is one of the best examples why Elena is so selfish and self-centered, you know, why she can only see through her point of view and absolutely no one else. Okay, what's happening here? Elena erased Damon from her memory. She didn't remember him anymore. I mean, she remembered his bad sides, just only bad memories of him. And uh, as you can see, Stefan was a big mess after losing Damon. He was so hurt and heartbroken. And just see what Elena said to him. Your brother doesn't deserve your grief. If someone is not worthy in Elena's eyes, she believes that person is not worthy at all. I'm not blaming Elena for thinking that Damon was a bad person. I'm blaming her for saying these awful things in Stefan's face. He loved Damon. It's so obvious that Damon's death is a huge loss for him. He's grieving, you know. It's like he lost his word. He lost uh, his whole family. And I hope you are never in this situation, but you are not going to say these things to someone who lost a loved one. I mean, Elena is seeing how important Damon is to Stefan, and she still said that he doesn't deserve your sadness, your grief. Just let it go. Let him go. Okay? Okay, another reason why Elena is not a good person is the fact that she didn't care about other people at all. And when I say other people, I don't mean her friends or her family. I mean strangers. And I think there one example is enough to prove this point. And that's it. Do you remember it? It was season 4. Elena was plotting to kill Cole to have the cure. Now, I think some of you don't understand how many people Elena killed. I mean, Elena herself knew it very well. Cole's sire line must stretch to the moon. She knew exactly uh, she uh, is going to kill many people with killing Cole, but I wrote a math model to explain this to you. Okay, imagine this is Cole. This is the first year of him being a vampire. I assumed that he only turned 2 people, only 2, sired number 1 and sired number 2, in year 1. In year 2, these 2 sired turned 4 other people, and this is going to continue. Now, if we imagine that Cole's vampire age is equal to 1000, this number, 2 to the power of 1000, is going to be the number of vampires in Cole's sire bond. You can divide it by 2, assuming that half of his sire line were already dead. Okay, even if you do it, this number is huge. I mean, just Google it, use a calculator, whatever. This number is unbelievable. And all of them was killed because of Elena. Now, I said this before, and this was the answer I received. She did it for Jeremy. It's not acceptable for various reasons. First of all, Klaus was on their side in this situation. Klaus wanted the cure too, and they could have used his help uh, and just dagger Cool or something. And the most important thing here is Elena didn't feel any guilt at all. At all. Just imagine, just think about the people she killed. They could have be someone like Elena herself, who had a little brother. Someone like Caroline, who had a mother and a boyfriend. Someone like Stefan or Damon. They were people. They definitely had loved ones. Okay? And Elena killed all of them without a hiccup of hesitation. Now, okay, that is one of the most obvious one. So I'm just going to give you a few examples. of how she tried to control others' lives. I know we always call Caroline a control freak, which she kind of was, truth to be told. But Caroline's way was like talking to people, sometimes demanding them to do things. Elena, on the other hand, compelled people, hide the truth, lied, you know. Oh, this one. I think this one is your favorite because I get around 15 direct messages about this one. She made everything about herself. Now, the show was about Elena. She was the main character. But every time something wasn't about her, she made it about herself. This beautiful woman is Catherine. She's a bad person, a very bad person, and killed poor Caroline and turned her to a vampire, so she can mess with Stefan and Damon. Okay, and what is Elena's reaction? This one. That's what she thought. I mean, Catherine murdered Caroline to mess with Damon and his brother. I mean, her message was very obvious. Game on, Damon and Stefan. And Alina still thought it's about her. I mean, why? How her mind it just ignored the obvious and made it about herself. Oh, and this one. Okay, in this episode, Elena and Damon went to prison ward to save Bonnie, and Elena still mm, uh, didn't love Damon here, and they had a fight about Damon compelling Alaric. Here, Elena is saying that I want to save Bonnie more than anything. She is my best friend, but to you, she's something else. Now, here I was sure, 100% sure that Elena is going to say, Damon, you have feelings for Bonnie. But that's what she said. Yeah. All these things are about Elena and Damon's love for her. I mean, everyone had already told her Damon changed. He's a better man now and he cares. But she still believed that what Damon is doing for Bonnie is for her somehow, is about her somehow. And I love Damon for saying this. Just like really love him. I really not a fan of Damon, but love him for this one. Oh, something else, that she judged people for things she would do very easily. I mean, do you remember this episode? Vicky is dead. Elena was very angry at Damon, slapped him, and said, people die around you. How could it not matter? And who exactly killed an entire generation of vampires? This one. Remember it? Oh, this one I think need a little more explanation. Okay, Elena just realized that here in this scene, Damon killed Isabel, her birth mother, and Stefan was trying to justify what Damon did. And Elena suddenly became so angry, yelling at Stefan, why are you protecting him? And do you remember when Damon killed Lexi in front of Stephen's eyes. I think it was 7 or 6 episodes before this one you are seeing. Elena protected Damon, and she saved Damon from Lexi's boyfriend. I mean, you know how this thing worked in Elena's mind. If Damon did something bad to someone else, to Lexi, to Stefan, to Lexi's boyfriend, her friend, Elena, it was okay for Elena to stood up and protect Damon. But if Damon did something bad to her, well, he was a worst guy ever, and his brother should not have defended him. Oh, and this one, I mean, Damon is trying everything to save Bonnie, and Elena is mad at him because he compelled his best friend, and it's such an unforgivable thing to do. And can you think of someone who constantly compelled her own brother and took away his choice? You know whom I talking about? That was it, guys. I actually could talk a lot more about Elena and why she's not a good person, why she's not a good character, more importantly. But I think that's enough. I talked a lot and I only had like 5 cups of tea today, so my mind doesn't work very well. Now, what is this? I asked you guys to give me a name for this video, and your suggestions are beautiful and so awesome and so great that my video cannot live up to them. So I'm not gonna use them, but I put here some of my favorites so you can see them too. Thank you. This one is my favorite, Gilbert. Really. It's too smart for my video, to be honest. Okay, these things are my favorite too. Thank you. I love you. If you have any suggestion, just tell me, and have a great day or night.